So the best brokerage that I've selected for you, the first one is TradeZero. So TradeZero is pretty friendly to people that has very limited capital. If you have an international account, you are more welcome to open an account with only $500. For US in the mainland, I would say anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 to open up an account. I believe you can open a little bit lower with 2,000. I'm not sure. You have to call them their customer service to find out the current recent minimum dollar to open up account. The next one is Regal Security. The minimum dollar to open up account is 50,000. They have really good availabilities for hard to borrow, and they have, I would say, the most availability to borrow for hard to borrow stocks, especially when you want to short into low floats and micro floats. They do have a really good rate for borrowing, and their rates are a little bit better than TradeZero. I think Regal Security and TradeZero, they're both adjusting their overnight holds, overnight interest. TradeZero, if you want to hold overnight, I think it's X3 to 5. For Regal Security, it's based on the current shorting interest. Same thing goes to Guardian. Guardian trading firm is about 30,000 to open up an account. They have okay availabilities, and their availabilities is, I would say, the cheapest compared to TradeZero and Regal Security, but sometimes they don't have availability. So this is something to keep in mind. Their minimum to open up account is 30,000. Compared to the rest of the brokerage, I think they have the cheapest borrow, especially for not a low floats, but a medium float stocks. Then the next, we have Centerpoint and SpeedTrader. These two brokerage, they do have good borrow as well. I don't use them anymore, but I believe their minimum to open up account will be 30,000, and I haven't used them for a while. They do have a decent availability. I think it's better than Guardian, but less than Regal Security. So if you have a decent capital to start with, I would definitely choose Regal. It's 50,000 or above, but they have good availability compared to Centerpoint, SpeedTrader, and Guardian, and they also have, I would say, medium to low rates to borrow hard to borrow stocks. Then goes into Interactive Brokerage and E-Trade and Robinhood. First of all, I want to go over is Robinhood. Do not use Robinhood if you are just getting into this industry. I would rather choose TradeZero or Guardian any time of the day other than Robinhood. Well, shorting availability is really low, and also at Robinhood, it looks like they're free, commission free, but they're taking profits based on your entry and exit. They just try to, let's say you want to execute it. Let's say you want to buy a stock at 2, and they will execute you at around 2.05 or 2.1. Then they can get that little bit spread of your entry. And also, same thing goes to your exit. If you want to exit around 3 or 4, they will make you exit around 2.9. So they get that 0.1 spread. I do not think it's very good for use Robinhood. And as you know, if you are in this trading industry, Robinhood halted people from people buying GME and AMC, and there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on in Robinhood. I do not recommend using them at all. Not very, I would say, reliable. So I do see a lot of people getting screwed on, especially on this, specifically in this brokerage. Do not recommend Robinhood at all. Then we have Interactive Broker and E-Trade. E-Trade, they do charge specific amount of dollar. I think it was $10 per trade. They do not charge based on shares. Interactive Brokerage, they charge based on shares. And the cheapest commission I would recommend for going long, I would say it's Interactive Brokerage. If you want to long and swing a position going long, then I would choose Interactive Brokerage. If you want to look for shorting availabilities, then Interactive Brokerage and E-Trade, they're both not for you. So those are the most, I would say, common and most frequent used brokerage out there. And I'll definitely prefer Regal if you have a high net worth and you want to start with over 50,000. If you want to start with only couple thousand, 1 or 2,000, I would choose TradeZero. Then if you have tons of equities laying out there, I wouldn't try to put all your equity in one brokerage. I would spread them into, I would say, 3 to 4 brokerage, because some of them do have borrow, some of them don't have borrow if you are looking at to short one stock, because one of the brokerage may have availability, but they got but all the shares were taken away. Then there's other brokerage, they do have availability, and the people are in this ticker is not as crowded in the other brokerage, then you can get the availability. So having multiple brokerage, you will always be able to get shares. In a very rare situations that none of them doesn't have any shares. One of the thing I want to cover is TradeZero. You cannot short if the stock is on a threshold. So if the stock is on a threshold, that means you cannot trade on TradeZero. I believe you can trade it on Centerpoint, SpeedTrader, and Regal Security. So these are very, I would say, useful tips that when the stock is on threshold, make sure have the multiple brokerage that's ready to go, and that's where you can capture opportunities in the future.